Hello viewers, this is Raihan. In today's video, I'm going to show or share some tips, some best practices that you can follow to improve your LinQ query. In my previous video, I showed you the comparison between a LinQ query and a stored procedure. If you interested, you can, I will add that video's link to this video, in the I button. You can check that out if you are interested. And today, I know that most of you are already known of this, but I just wanted to share it and to measure some performance. Do some benchmarking on the tips. So the first thing, let's first look for that. Discuss about the tips. So use as no tracking whenever you have the read-only queries. That means if you don't need any kind of modification when you retrieve the objects from the database, then you can use as no tracking. Then entity framework will not track the changes. The performance will increase. And second one is what you need, only use those columns or properties for the objects instead of loading all the properties or attributes. Another tips is use any instead of count for existing checks and watch out for n+1 queries. We will see all these four inside the code. So basically, this is the code. I will provide this source code in a GitHub repository, and I will provide you the link in the video's description. And also, I'm using a SQL database here. I will provide the necessary, this script in the GitHub repository as well, so that you can just create the database and the dummy records inside your database and see the result yourself by running it. So enough talking. So what the tip number one is use as no tracking. So it's basically without no tracking, we can take 50,000 orders from the context. And this is with as no tracking. Okay. So pulling the same 50,000 records from the database. And second tip was project what, pull only what you need. So instead of loading all customers, you can choose that I need only the customer ID and customer name. Tip number 3 was using the count and any. So you should use any instead of count for existence check. So it's tip number 3. And then n+1 problem. So this is the lazy load style. So first we are loading 1000 customers from the database. And later on for each customers, we are pulling their orders. So it creates the n+1 problem. We can use eager loading for it. But obviously, we will see what's the result comes. So let me, you will get all the all this source code. So let me run this benchmark, and to provide, I mean, to avoid the if I run it very simple way, then the database caching and other things will cause problem and impact the test results. So I use 5 iteration for each test, and also uh, I created new FDP context for the benchmark. So I created that way. It doesn't affect the whole thing. Okay, so let's enough talking. Let's give it a try and to see how it performs. It is in release mode, and let's see. So you can already see the results coming in without as no tracking. The average is 310. 310 millisecond, and with as no tracking, it took only 49 milliseconds. Full entity load took 44 milliseconds, and projection only take 10 milliseconds. 4 times faster. And this is also 6 times almost. And projection, and I'm sorry, for the existence check, you can see that average using count, it took 10 milliseconds. And when we use the any, it only took 1.2 millisecond. And with N+1 lazy load style, it took almost 5,192 milliseconds average. And with eager loading, it took only 130 milliseconds. It's a huge difference. So you can understand from here that the tips are actually good. I mean, the best practices are actually good. So you have to take care all of your project. In this project, I only focused on the read only part, not the write part. So that I wanted to share with you. And also, I instead of doing all of this thing, I mean, the factory and other thing and making 5 time iteration, that instead of doing that, we can use a .NET library called .NET benchmark. So I also created a code using that. In that way, it will be a lot more easier and clean. The codes are now clean. You only have to put this benchmark attribute on the method you want to test. So I also already put in the GitHub repository. So this is the two branches. This is the without the .NET benchmark .NET library, and this is with benchmark.net library. So if I run the same thing, it will take some time. So I will give it a pause and let you know the result. So you can see it is running with .NET benchmark library. It will take some time. So let's give it a pause. So uh, .NET benchmark library finished running my tests. So here is the result. You can see without AsNoTracking and with AsNoTracking took so much little time compared to this one. And full load entity took 32 and project only the columns took 9 only, if you consider. Using count took 9 and any took almost, you can see the comparison. So basically it almost I mean mimics the same thing. So, and this is the vast thing here. So N+1, it actually took 46, whatever, it only 82 with included. This is only all our microseconds actually. So yeah, that I wanted to share. If you, I mean, want to know anything, you can comment. And if you like the video, you can like this video and provide your feedback. Thank you so much.